Have you ever wondered, Art, why we have a space shuttle named Atlantis?
You know what? I have. Atlantis is a mythical, supposedly, land that once was, well, there are arguments about where it was, actually, but it sank into the ocean and disappeared. That was Atlantis. More, I always thought, a myth than a reality.
Well, you know, you don't start thinking of these things until you get into the thickets, into the woods, and start lifting up the branches and the rocks, and things start crawling out from under. And then things that you completely ignored or took for granted or assumed on the basis of various authorities suddenly take on a totally different meaning. And the reason I'm starting with that rather tiny datum is because it's real. No one can contest tonight that NASA, you know, the uptight engineering enclave of modern late 20th century America, the personification of the right stuff, of go-get-em engineering, of if we can go to the moon, why can't we, ... fill in the blanks.
Sure.
Which has named a variety of ships and spacecraft and missions after all kinds of historical and documentable sources. You know, clipper ships named Intrepid, famous exploration ships named Challenger,
Enterprise.
You know, famous other ships named Enterprise, although the lineage of that one is kind of interesting. But there is an Enterprise on station tonight in the Gulf, the Persian Gulf, keeping watch over the Mideast. In other words, every part of NASA's lineage traces back to a very specific, verifiable, eminently historical association, except
Atlantis.
Atlantis. Now, what in the world in that company do we have a myth that uniformly, if you wake up any historian or Egyptologist tonight, which you probably should anyway because they should be listening to your show, they will tell you that it's all a myth. It's all Plato made it up. The Egyptian priests kind of food-fed him a bunch of, you know, caca long before the New Age. It ain't real. It doesn't exist. There's nothing like it.
That's what I always thought. Richard, who in NASA, or what group in NASA, comes up with these names? That's probably something we ought to know.